Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Romo, and this is APONY, a part of New York.
Welcome everyone to the first video of this new series called APONY, a part of New York. In today's part of New York, we will be visiting the neighborhoods of Dumbo and Brooklyn Heights located in Brooklyn, New York. These two neighborhoods are home to a lot of different famous places and attractions, the most notable ones being the Brooklyn Bridge and the Manhattan Bridge. Now, before we get to these areas, let me give you some advice on how to get there. In New York, there are different methods of transportation you can use to get to where we're going. The main method is the subway. In these neighborhoods, there are 3 different train stations and 5 different trains you can take. First, York Street Station, which holds the F train. Then, High Street Station with the A and the C train. And lastly, Clark Street Station with trains 2 and 3. For bus transportation, we have the B25. You can also take the ferry with lines ER and SB, or you can drive there. But I have to warn you, the street parking is near impossible and private parkings are expensive. One last thing, I will be adding coordinates of each location visited. With all that said, let's get this adventure started.
Welcome to our first location. This is the Dumbo sign under the Manhattan Bridge.
The Dumbo sign, known as the Dumbo Archway, is home to many public events. Make sure you visit the Dumbo website left in the description to see what events are happening before you visit.
Cool, right? Now we're gonna walk a street down that way to our second spot. That is a famous spot. This is the Dumbo view at Manhattan Bridge. Now, why is this spot so famous? Well, for starters, it's been used for many movies, such as Once Upon a Time in America, to be honest, its size to the movie industry is what makes it so famous and why so many people come here every day of the year.
One thing I have to say is that these places are beautiful and you can't just pass by and not stop to admire them. However, you must know that these are streets that cars drive by, so please be careful and make sure that no cars come by when you're taking your photos. Also, one thing to remember is that you don't have to visit these locations in the way I'm showing you. You can visit each one at your own pace and your own selected time for a better experience. Welcome to our third location, the Empire Stores building, home of the Time Out Market and the Rooftop. First, the Time Out Market. This location is filled with different spots of food from different countries, as well as bars and lounge areas where you can take a break from all the walking we're doing. Then, walking out of Time Out Market and turning right, we have the Rooftop. Once up there, this rooftop has the best views of both bridges and the Manhattan skyline.
Pretty, right? But now let's go to our fourth location, down there. Hey, over here. Well, it's getting dark outside, so let's meet again another day, okay?
1 week later.
Hey, I'm over here. Welcome to our second day of recording. This is our fourth spot, the Brooklyn Bridge Park. Okay, so one of the things you should know about this is that there's a lot of different places people can visit. Now, behind me is Pebble Beach, which is one of the many spots for people to hang and chill. And there's another spot right in front of me, which is the Carousel.
This is Jane's Carousel. This carousel is priced at $3 per person, and with views of the city in front of you, you can't miss going in here.
Now, we're on the other side of Brooklyn Bridge, but why are we here? Now, other than the ferry being right there in front of us, a few months ago, there was a solar eclipse that happened here in New York, and I got to experience it right here, standing where we are.
So today is the day of the eclipse that happened here in New York, and this is how it looks like. Try not to look at this on myself, but there's a lot of people here. One thing I have to mention is that there are 6 different piers, and each pier has their own different unique asset. Welcome to Pier 2. As you guys just saw, Pier 2 has a lot of areas for different activities. There are basketball courts, roller skate park, pickleball, ping pong tables, and it also has its own outside gym. Pier 2 has a lot of different areas for activities. Pier 3, on the other hand, has a big green area where you can relax or have picnic while enjoying the views of the city. A common thing between the piers is that the view of the Manhattan skyline is always there. So either if you're playing or relaxing, you'll never miss the great Manhattan skyline. Pier 4 is the smallest pier, as it's just a small beach. So let's keep moving to Pier 5 and see what we can find there. Now, Pier 5 is different from all other piers. This pier is a big soccer field divided into smaller soccer fields. Since they're by themselves, it almost feels like a big love letter to the beautiful game. Lastly, Pier 6. Just like Pier 3, this one has a small little green area with views of the city.
Well, that's it. We're at Pier 6 right now. The sun's going down, and that was Brooklyn Bridge Park. Now, I still have one more location for you guys, so I'll see you guys another day.
1 week later.
A new day with the same clothes. This is the last part of our video. This is the walk through Brooklyn Bridge and the walk through Manhattan Bridge.
The famous Brooklyn Bridge. Now, the start of the walk starts right off the exit of High Street Station. And once there, you can make the walk all the way into the financial district of Manhattan, where the City Hall and the World Trade Center are. Here, you can also see the other places we visited, like the Rooftop and the Piers. Now, since this video is only about the Brooklyn side, we're gonna turn around and head to our final location.
We just saw what Brooklyn Bridge looks like. Now let's see what Manhattan Bridge can offer us.
Manhattan Bridge is way different than Brooklyn Bridge. This bridge has a lot of barricades from both sides of the path, and it also has a smaller walk area. Also, trains pass by constantly, passing every 5 minutes, and are very loud and could be annoying to a lot of people. At the end of the path, you'll be left at Chinatown in Manhattan. But just like the Brooklyn Bridge, we're gonna turn around to the Brooklyn side.
Now that we've visited both bridges, let me tell you about some pros and cons about them and which one I recommend you taking. Let's start with Brooklyn Bridge. Now, the good thing about Brooklyn Bridge is that it has a bigger area for you to walk. It also has better views than Manhattan Bridge. However, the bad part about it is that since it has better views, it also means that it has way more people walking by it, which, depending on the day you go, you might feel more crowded and more cramped than any other day. And when it comes to Manhattan Bridge, now this bridge has less better views, it has more noise because there's trains passing by every minute, and the space is way smaller. So if I had to tell you which one to choose between Manhattan Bridge and Brooklyn Bridge, I would say go for Brooklyn Bridge most of the time because it'll be a better experience for you as a tourist and for you to get better pictures for your Instagram. Well, now that I gave you those tips, that concludes our video. Just want to remind everyone, or actually let you guys know, that this video is actually part of my final project video for my City Tech career. Now, if this video gets a lot of likes, a lot of views, I'll make another video on another part of New York. But for now, that was it. That's APONY, a part of New York.